Alright. Hey everyone, it's Raizhen. And first of all, if I sound a little funny, yeah, I caught a cold. Been living off of that stuff. But it's almost gone now, so I'm actually pretty much better. But my voice may sound a little funny. That's why. But I wanted to do this anyway, that's the WWE TLC review. But first, just a quick update. Yeah, I was gonna go back to recording this week, and I caught the cold Monday, so shot my whole week down. Hopefully, I'll record tomorrow after work. That's my plan. And I plan on having a long episode uploaded for you guys on Christmas. Or maybe the day after Christmas, but it'll be up there. I also got 2 other episodes that I'll be uploading as well. Probably tomorrow or Monday. Anyway, let's get to TLC. Which was last Sunday? Yeah, it was the Sunday that just passed, yeah. And let me just start by saying this pay-per-view was probably the best pay-per-view they put on this year. Better than Extreme Rules, debatably. It was certainly a more solid show than Extreme Rules, but Extreme Rules, you know, had those 3 great matches on. I think it was 3. It was the Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. What were the other 2 matches? One there had Jericho Ziggler match. I don't even remember what was on that. But I know the 2 title matches were really good at Extreme Rules. I forget who was the world. It was Sheamus against somebody, right? Sheamus against Daniel Bryan. Over the Limit was CM Punk against Daniel Bryan. It was CM Punk against Jericho, that's right, at Extreme Rules. Those 2 matches were great. But this pay-per-view was really good as well. It was actually worth $60, which is not usual for WWE, to say the least. But let's get right to it. First, there was a pre-show. I didn't watch the pre-show. All I know is Naomi won a Divas Battle Royal. It's a Divas Battle Royal. It's obviously terrible. I don't even have to watch it. But Naomi won it, which was okay, I guess. I don't know why you're having a dancer go for the Divas Championship. I know that in real life she's a decent wrestler, but in her character is that she just dances. How does that even get her into a Divas Battle Royal for the #1 contendership? For the Divas Championship? Whatever. It's WWE logic. Not going to question it there. I'm sure it sucked. Eve interfered and cost Caitlyn it. So they're continuing the Caitlyn-Eve bullshit that nobody cares about. Because Eve is terrible in the ring. Caitlyn is okay, but Eve is just awful. But the pay-per-view opens with the right match. It was Team Rhodes Scholars. Take the stupid team out of the name, WWE. We know it's a tag team against Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. And they did announce that this was for the #1 contendership for the Tag Team Championship. Now, they didn't do a very good job of building this match. Nor did they really make it clear that it was going to be a Tag Team #1 contendership match. Until the actual match. It was kind of weird, but it was a good match. It was really good, actually. Yeah, it was a really good match. Overall, the finish was great. The pace was good. Everyone looked good, which was also good. But the finish was amazing, and I give Sin Cara a lot of guts to do this bump because this was dangerous. He went for a springboard from the apron to the ring rope. He jumped on the ring rope to do a springboard. And Cody Rhodes just says, "To hell with this," and pushes him. And he flies backwards blind through a table. And he almost overshot it. So thank God he's alright. But he did look a little shaken up afterwards. I think maybe he was just selling it, hopefully. But he was probably a little banged up from it. So, but he's all right. The Rhodes Scholars win. It was the right decision, especially since you have, well, sort of faces as the tag team champions. So you got to have the heels win, and they win clean. A lot of heels won clean this night, actually, which was astounding. Very well booked pay-per-view. Almost perfectly booked. A couple things I would do differently, but I'll take it. I mean, it was this match, I'd give it 3.5 stars easily, out of 5. Very good match. Great way to kick off the pay-per-view. And I believe the next match was... See, this is what I hate about their website. They list all the matches, but they don't list the order. Was it the Intercontinental title? No, I think it was the U.S. Championship. I think it was. I apologize if I get the order wrong. WWE doesn't list this crap in the correct order on their website. Oddly enough, they do on their app. You got me on that one. So, we have the U.S. Championship, Antonio Cesaro defending against R-Truth. R-Truth apparently got really hurt in this match, and I don't know how it happened, but that explains why they rushed to the finish, because they only had like 5 minutes to work with. Something happened, because after the match, you can see a picture of R-Truth's leg, and it's like a huge gash, so I don't know what the hell happened. But I guess he's alright. I don't know. It was good what we got, don't get me wrong. I mean, Cesaro looked good, Truth looked okay. And the finish came from, they teased a ref bump. I thought they were going to do a ref bump. I was like, oh god. But no, Cesaro just uppercuts him in the corner, while Truth is an idiot and tries to check on the refs, like, oh, I'm sorry, ref, I didn't mean to almost hit you. Oh, turn around, uppercut, and then neutralizer, really quick neutralizer. Looks great, actually. Like, if he does the neutralizer like that, it looks way more impressive. So, he wins clean. Right decision. Then he cuts a promo. Oh, Sandow and Cody Rhodes actually cut a promo as well before their match. Really good promo. Typical heel stuff, but pretty good. It was well done by them. Sandow's good in the mic, so he's good. He's pretty good at that. And anyway, so he cuts a promo. Generic heel garbage of, oh, I'm the U.S. champ, but I'm not American, but when you boo me, you're booing the United States because I'm the U.S. champ. It's the same thing they've done forever. And it's a shame because Cesaro is so good. Like, he's good at selling this character, he's good on the mic, he's good in the ring. But they give him such generic garbage to work with. But he does look strong, so that's a plus. I'll give the match 2 stars, but really, it wasn't their fault. R-Truth got hurt in it, so it's obviously much more important that these guys stay safe in what they're doing. I mean, obviously, that's understandable. You know, I mean, if R-Truth cut his leg that badly, yeah, get to the finish. Don't risk their health for that. It's not worth it. There was plenty of other good matches anyway. Then we had, I believe the Intercontinental Championship match was next. Kofi Kingston against Wade Barrett. Kingston, the defending champion. Wade Barrett cuts a promo before the match saying how he's going to become Intercontinental Champion and blah, blah, blah. I don't remember it. I guess it was okay. I don't remember it being bad, but I barely remember it, so. Barrett's okay on the mic. He's not great, but he's okay. I mean, he's out of the Nexus members, he's clearly the best. The former Nexus member, he's the best on the mic, but I wouldn't say he's great, but he's okay. Anyway, they have the match. It was a fantastic match. Wasn't built very well, but whatever. At least it was good. The finish was awesome. Wade Barrett looks really strong in this match, by the way, and Kofi Kingston looks good too. But it ends when Wade Barrett goes for his elbow, and Kingston hits reverses it into the Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere, and it was awesome, and gets the win. It's a great match. I'll give it 3.5 stars again. Really well paced. They work well together. Next we had, I believe, a Miz TV segment that's not even listed here. This was weird. Miz comes out and interviews 3MB. What? Why is this on the pay-per-view? And then you figured out why. In the middle of this interview, first of all, Miz is terrible, okay? He's terrible as a heel, he's terrible as a face. They gotta get rid of the guy. He's terrible. He's okay in the ring, but he's absolutely atrocious. He's got no charisma at all. He resorts to making childish jokes like, oh, what are you guys, 5 years old? And it's just like, what the hell? Like, he's trying to be funny, but he's not funny. And it comes across as really forced. So it wasn't very good. And then out of nowhere, I think it was Heath Slater or McIntyre or whatever, one of them. Well, they announced that they're going to perform at the Slammies. I didn't watch that Raw, so I can't tell you if that happened. But they start attacking the Spanish announce team. So now we're having the Spanish announce team in storylines? Really? Okay. Why? And of all people, who comes to their rescue as they're getting beat up literally by 3MB? Ricardo Rodriguez. And who comes to save him? Del Rio. I think Del Rio just turned face in about 2 seconds. Remember it was only, what, last month? When Del Rio was throwing Rodriguez into the bro kick to get away from Sheamus. Now all of a sudden he cares about Rodriguez? When the hell did this happen? You gotta build to this. You can't just do it. So it was awful. It was atrocious. It gets a nothing. First of all, if they want to do this, do it on Raw. You don't need to waste pay-per-view time. It was atrocious. And it sets up a match because Del Rio gets his ass kicked, of course. It's 3-on-1. And then Miz gets pushed. He helps Del Rio. They have a match, and it's Miz, Del Rio, and a partner of their choice against 3MB. Oh, God. That match was awful. But they have it later that night. I'll get to it. I give the segment nothing. Terrible. After the segment, I believe we had a Kane, Daniel Bryan. No, we had a Shield promo at some point. That was really good. All three guys are really good. Roman Reigns is probably the weakest of them, but, you know, he plays this quiet, badass muscle guy really well. And Ambrose is great. He is excellent on mic. It's no wonder he's probably going to be, he seems to be the leader. Rollins is pretty good too. So, these three guys are awesome. Generic promo, but they executed it with a lot of passion, and it was really well done. I don't like the stupid handy-cam shaky nonsense, but I'll let that go. And then we had a Kane and Daniel Bryan promo where it was funny. I laughed. Daniel Bryan was like, I can't stand Ryback because the guy just keeps repeating himself. That's so annoying. And it's like, and Kane just like, are you serious, dude? He's like, I forget what he said. I think he said, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, what? And then Kane's like, we're gonna feed all three Shield members to Ryback, and Daniel Bryan just goes, yes, yes, yes. So then we have the Shield match. I believe that was the next match. The Shield versus Team Hell No and Ryback in a TLC match that can only end by pinfall, submission. Yeah, pinfall or submission. Wow. Match of the year, maybe? It's up there with Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. Chris Jericho, CM Punk, both matches. Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, 2 out of 3 falls. Triple H, Undertaker. This was a brutal match. There were some of the most creative spots I've seen. The pacing was good. The flow was good. The Shield looked dominant throughout. Ryback looked good. Daniel Bryan looked even better. Kane looked good as well. All 6 men come out looking better. There were times when Daniel Bryan was taking on all 3 of them by himself and kicking their ass for a little bit. There was one point where he was locking them all in the LaBelle lock, or the yes lock, or no lock, whatever the hell it is, over and over and over again. I think he locked each one of them in at once, and of course they kept breaking it up. Dean Ambrose went straight for Ryback in this match at the beginning. Actually kicked his ass for a little while. And eventually they triple teamed. The Shield basically was built as a unit. They were 3 guys that were a team, whereas Daniel Bryan and Kane and Ryback were 3 individuals. And they pushed that narrative throughout the match. And that's why the Shield won clean. Yeah, Ryback loses his first clean match here. Doesn't hurt him at all. In fact, he looks better. Because he lost. Because he still looked good in the match. It was a better outcome. There was a spot where Kane got speared through the barricade. There was a triple powerbomb and Ryback through the table. Oh, it was just... There was a superplex of Daniel Bryan from 2 Shield members, I think Ambrose and Rollins, superplexed him on a table, propped up on the corner, on the 2 ring ropes, and they superplexed him off of it. Then they tried to do it to Kane, who reversed it and jumped off and did his clothesline. Flying clothesline. Oh my god, this match was amazing. This is how you build a unit. The Shield looks unstoppable. Ryback it's clear from this match that he is no match for the Shield. That's good. That's how you build a dominant heel faction. Now, Ryback doesn't get pinned, of course. Daniel Bryan takes the pin after a powerbomb to a table. But again, that doesn't mean... I keep hearing these arguments where Ryback didn't lose clean somehow because he didn't get pinned. There were no tags in this match. Everyone was equally involved. And if losing a tag team match doesn't count, then I guess that means the tag team champion that doesn't get pinned or submitted keeps his belt. Oh wait, no he doesn't. That argument is so ridiculous. Yes, Ryback lost clean for the first time. Which again, does not hurt him. It doesn't hurt these guys to lose. There was also a really dangerous spot where Seth Rollins is on a ladder and he gets thrown off a ladder through a couple of tables, but the one table I think falls off and he doesn't break through it. You know the things where there's a table stacked. There's a table, it's like tables here and there's a table on top of them. Well, he falls off, except the table on top flies this way, I think. I forget exactly what happened, but he ends up going through one table, but he undershoots it, or Ryback doesn't throw him far enough, so... I don't know if you can necessarily blame Ryback for that because it's a dangerous spot, but he hits his head on the back of the table, and I hope he's alright. From what I understand, he was on Raw the next night, so thankfully he seems to be okay, but he looked like he was unconscious or was selling it really well. I couldn't tell, but... Oh, by the way, Dean Ambrose sells just as good as Ziggler. He's hilarious when he sells. He looks like he's in excruciating pain. Ugh. But yeah, I give it 5 out of 5 stars. Excellent match. Perfect. Booked perfectly. The right guys go over. The match was built up to well in what little time they had. And overall, it was great. I love the match. It's my favorite match of the year. So next we had the Divas Championship, which was Naomi against the Divas Champion Eve. It sucked. They don't let Naomi. They didn't let Naomi do anything, of course, because she's not booked to be a wrestler. Oh, she loses clean quickly. Who cares? I give it like 1 star. It sucked. I don't even remember anything that happened in it, so it sucked. Eve is just terrible. Naomi tried to save it at times, but Eve's got to go. She's awful. And sadly, she's not the worst they have. I mean, there's like Oksana. Oh my god. She is bad. She's going to kill somebody. So, or Alicia Fox. Oh my god, she's definitely going to kill somebody. Is she even still there? I haven't seen her in forever. But anyway, next we had the World Heavyweight Championship match. Big Show defending against Sheamus in a chairs match. Another solid match. Not as good as their Hell in a Cell match. Or even their Survivor Series match, despite the ridiculous ending. But it was okay. I mean, it was relatively fast-paced for the two, so that's nice. Big Show hits the KO punch after avoiding a bro kick. And Sheamus kicked out earlier in the match. Sheamus did white noise on the Big Show through upright chairs, which looked brutal. I can't believe they actually did that. Holy crap. And anyway, once Big Show can't put Sheamus away with the KO punch, he decides to go outside and grabs a Big Show chair. Yeah, I'm not kidding. He grabs a big chair that's like as big as him. Hits Sheamus in the back with it, and somehow that beats Sheamus. 1, 2, 3. Weird finish. I guess I can understand. It's a super chair. If they want to book it that way, fine. Sheamus looked good. Big Show looked good. Hopefully this is the end of the feud, but from what I heard, it's not. It's clear WWE is in I don't know what to do mode with Sheamus or Big Show, so whatever. They're stalling time until Ziggler wins the title. Till they finish up Ziggler and Cena. If they're still doing it. So, Ziggler, so Big Show wins clean. I'll give it 4 stars. It was pretty good. It was good. Wasn't, 5-star match, but I think it was 4 stars. I mean, their Hell in a Cell match was, what I give that, 4.5 stars? I think. That's what it should have gotten if I didn't. But, yeah, I'll give it... No, I'll give it 3.5 stars, because it wasn't as good as their Survivor Series match either. But it was pretty good, so I liked it. I think Big Show had a promo earlier that was okay as well. Now, I believe we had the Brooklyn Brawler. Del Rio, Miz, and their partner against 3MB. They chose Brooklyn Brawler. Who... Did this guy even win a match? He's a jobber. Like, all he did his entire career is job. Oh, my God. And he makes Jinder Mahal tap out, the Brooklyn Brawler, to a horrible Boston crowd. Granted, it was after a skull-crushing finale, but still. So 3MB, despite their amazing winning streak, is completely squashed. They're done. They're never going to live down a defeat to the Brooklyn Brawler. It's over. They're finished. You've just destroyed 3MB. Good job, WWE. I give it 0 stars. It was garbage. You squashed a team that didn't need to be squashed, and you used a jobber, a retired jobber, to do it. I can't think of anything more insulting to these 3 guys. They work their asses off, and this is how you treat them. Whatever. I can understand playing on the old Heath Slater legend angle, but The Brooklyn Brother is not a legend. Whatever. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. There was a CM Punk promo. It was good. It was generic. You know, generic, oh, you all suck promo. Cheap heel heat. And he calls Ryback stupid and the Shield's going to kick his ass. This was before the Shield match. And despite insulting the crowd, he still gets cheered, so CM Punk is very popular. He's an excellent wrestler, so. But my guess is on a couple of Raws from now, they'll do CM Punk Ryback, and they'll finish that. CM Punk will, of course, retain. Now we have to see if he defends and retains against The Rock, which hopefully he does. Hopefully The Rock comes back to put over the current roster. If he wins the title off of CM Punk, I'm going to be so furious. Because then you know they're just going to do Cena versus Punk, and Cena's going to win. But whatever. Then we had Dolph Ziggler against John Cena for the Money in the Bank briefcase. SmackDown Money in the Bank. It was a good match. It was a really good match. Ziggler looked strong. Cena looked strong. Of course, he's Super Cena. He did this stupid spot where Ziggler had him in a sleeper hold, yet somehow Cena could still climb a ladder, and then he passes out at the top and falls through a table, which, by the way, gashes Ziggler's leg, so I don't know whose bright idea that was. Cena tried to expand his moveset. He did a absolutely atrocious monkey flip that he slipped when he did it and nearly killed Ziggler. And then he did an atrocious hurricanrana through a table, or a head scissors. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it looked awful. Ziggler tried to save it, but it still looked bad. And the match was still pretty good. It flowed well. It had good pacing. But of course, you know, Cena can't lose clean. So what happens? Vicky Guerrero comes out with a chair. AJ comes out, beats her up, does a 5-knuckle shuffle, which was weird. Yep, does a 5-knuckle shuffle that Vicky completely no-sells. So I guess Vicky's going face, I don't know, because of what happens later with AJ, 2 seconds from now. So what happens is, Cena climbs the ladder. AJ pushes the ladder down. Cena hits his arm on the rope, turns around, super kick from Ziggler. AJ smiles, walks away. Ziggler climbs up, grabs the case, wins the match. Oh, and earlier in the match they had Ziggler in the STF and he tapped out. Why? Why do you need to do that? But it was still 4 stars out of 5. A couple botches, whatever. They're going to happen. Ziggler can't win clean over Cena. Of course, Cena can never lose clean, but I'll take it. They did the right thing. They made Ziggler here. He looked good. They made the Shield. So overall, I give the pay-per-view... Yeah, I guess on Raw, before I forget, I guess Vicky teamed with John Cena against AJ and Dolph Ziggler. So I guess Vicky is a face now? Okay. Hey, whatever they want to do. They do some... I mean, Del Rio turning face was weird enough, but Vicky? I don't know what the hell they're doing there. But, whatever. So, yeah, I'll give the pay-per-view a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'll probably buy it on DVD when it comes out. It was really good. I would definitely watch it again. And if you haven't seen at least the TLC match, the Ziggler-Cena match, the Intercontinental title match, the World Heavyweight Championship match, I'd go try and watch them. I guess you can get them on iTunes now. At least get the Ziggler-Cena and the... what is it there? The Shield match. Those were excellent. But, yeah, so 9.5 out of 10. I look forward to more Wild Arms 3 recording. Sorry for the long hiatus, but, student teaching takes up a lot of my time. Fortunately, I have an extended break for a while, so hopefully my voice will be completely back tomorrow. If not, oh well, I'll just record anyway. And we'll go from there. So this is Raizhen, signing off.